Have you ever thought about running away to join the circus? Well, I can't touch my toes. I have two very left feet and I'm just not that funny. Don't give up on your dreams, they say. Have you ever heard of the Fringe Festival? Well, this is the story of me joining what I would consider the modern day circus. Hey, I'm Abby, and these are my mid-20s. Welcome to me trying to navigate life. Recently, I've been traveling Australia in Phoebe, my van. After driving 1,000 and something kilometers, we made it to our third state of the trip, South Australia, and this is what my life turned into here. Joining the circus looked a little something like this. Good morning. I think this is probably the happiest you'll ever see me at 5:30 a.m. I am getting ready for work. Lunch is ready. We had 5 weeks to set up a giant festival. So for 5 weeks, this is pretty much what a typical day at work looked like. Super early starts to try and beat the heat, followed by me sitting around doing a whole lot of nothing.
Who is that shirtless Frenchman?
There was a little dog there, or there. I don't know.
And Killian doing a whole lot of, I don't even know, digging holes. I got the job of gatekeeper, which should be taken quite literally. I opened and closed the gate, directed people in, out, and around the site. Slowly, I began to lose my sanity.
Got sent home early from work today because of the heat. It's 36 degrees, but it feels like 40, don't you reckon?
Oh,
45?
I don't think it feels like 40. Why?
Why?
But you will sit more.
Yeah.
And then you will like, oh, okay, that feels like 40.
Tomorrow's meant to be 42, I think. Just so hot. Who knew Adelaide would be this hot? I'm dying.
It's funny how van life really reduces all your dramas to quite trivial inconvenience.
So Killian dropped my earpod. He came to hug me while I was doing the dishes, and my earpod flicked out of my ear and went into the water. So that's been a bit of a drama. I'm kind of in a bit of a depression and just hoping they work. Maybe we have more chance because it's organic. So that sucks. Tomorrow when I put them in my ears after 24 hours, they're just gonna work again. Just another day in the life.
But by far the biggest struggle we had was the heat.
Today is supposed to be 39 or 40 degrees. It's like 11:30 and it's 34 degrees. It's just ridiculously hot, and for some reason I'm drinking a hot coffee. It's actually so weird to feel this heat because it's just like so dry. Like, I think that's one thing that's kind of shocked me about Adelaide is how like desert kind of feeling it is. So I think today is gonna call for a whole lot of doing nothing. I need to do washing, but I can't get motivated. I couldn't even reach up however many times to hang the clothes up. I'm gonna resign myself to the fact that today is gonna consist of a whole lot of chilling, which is kind of exactly what I need after last night.
We survived the heat on this day courtesy of the icy cold pool that we had at our camping. But most weekends, at least during the build of the festival, we tried to explore everything that Adelaide had to offer. One weekend we went to explore the wholesome, is that the name? Quarry, which was definitely worth hanging out there for the day despite the extremely high sulfate levels in the quarry water. Hey, I'm alive to tell the story, so is Thomas, despite him looking very questionably alive here. By the way, Tomo was joining us on our new circus adventure. You might have seen him in Young. Remember that video where someone decided picking cherries was a good idea? Another day picking cherries. Well, the trio was back together after going our separate ways over Christmas and New Year. We joined up again for 2.5 months of fun in Adelaide. At the beginning, our weekend started with Friday drinks. Little did we know at this stage that our whole life was about to be consumed by the Fringe Festival. So lucky we made the most of our weekends while we still had the chance. Now let me tell you, this weekend was by far my favourite because it consisted of all the best things in life. Ice cream, first of all. How could you ever go wrong with homemade coffee ice cream?
Thank you so much. See you.
We stopped off at this ice creamery on our way to Middleton.
Oh my god. It's bigger than your head.
Think of beachy little towns all down the coastline. It's the most relaxing vibe down here, and I would 100% want to move here.
Hey guys.
It's the first place of the whole Van Life Australia trip where I've actually thought to myself, damn, life wouldn't be too bad here. But after devouring our ice creams, we hired a surfboard and spent the rest of the day surfing. We did not get eaten by
Surfer boy.
great white sharks, which does happen in these waters. I mean, how does life get much better than that? After a day at the beach, we desperately needed a shower, a barbecue, and a place to stealth camp for the night. Shower we got, but oh my god, it still feels so awkward to bring your body lotion to the public beach showers.
So bad. And I didn't wash my hair because I was like, me, I can't handle this pain.
That's not that bad.
Cheers, baby. You're such a dick. Why would you do that?
Everyone is just watching you take a real shower and not just having a quick rinse. Sometimes it just has to be done as awkward as it is. Barbecue, we also nailed that one too. I told you that this was going to be the perfect weekend.
Après, t'es toute floue. Ça, c'est bien.
You know we are professional stealth campers by this point, so of course we had no dramas managing to find a secluded, windy parking that we were able to spend the night there incognito. The next morning we were in the most perfect spot to wander around the coastline and check out the beach next to the one we showered and barbecued at the day before. But it gets better. As we headed back to our humble abode, Brownhill Creek Caravan Park, we stopped off at Aldinga Beach where we had a delicious seafood lunch with my friend Andrew, who just so happened to be visiting Adelaide that weekend. Talk about good timing. We also stopped off at this very cute but random German village called Harndorf. I made the biggest mistake of all time by getting the worst possible ice cream flavor combo ever, chocolate and lemon. What was I even thinking? The flavors were like chalk and cheese, a match made in hell. How could I have gotten it all so wrong? But after the greatest weekend we had during our time in Adelaide, you know what Monday calls for, and pretty much every day after that, until the end of our time in Adelaide, our worlds became totally consumed by the Fringe Festival. and I lost my mind at Gate D. But I watched on as the others built the festival and celebrated the end of it like all my hard work had finally paid off. The festival lasts for a whole month, and you kind of go into it with the mentality of,
Hi, cowboy.
Get out of my way.
Aww.
I have to make the absolute most of my staff pass. That meant I got a new tattoo at the on-site tattoo parlor. Yes, how cool is that? You definitely heard it right. The downside to this whole festival consuming our lives thing was that Killian and I didn't have many days off together during the festival. So when we did, we made the absolute most of it by trying as much of the food as possible. Highlight was definitely Bao Plus.
It's so good.
This was actually our first time ever trying bao buns, and oh my god, I've been missing out this whole time.
It's not really sexy to eat this, is it?
No.
And then of course we did show after show after show. This is the best part about working at the Fringe, and like the whole point that we came here, right, was to see as many shows as humanly possible. With our staff pass, we got access to all the shows for free, which just makes the whole work side of it really so worth it, because otherwise I would have been paying up to $80 for a ticket for some shows. We wanted to make the absolute most of this awesome perk, and suddenly my life at Gate D felt oh so worth it.
Can't wait to see the clips of us doing the ride.
Not only did we get free access to the shows, we also got discounts at most food vendors, and you could go on rides for free. Which sounded fun until you were spinning around in circles at 200 kilometers an hour. We tried absolutely everything the Fringe Festival had to offer, and I reckon as far as working on the road goes, this job was pretty awesome. If you'd be interested, feel free to DM me over on Instagram. Not only do I post a whole lot about my life there, I also have a warm and welcoming spot over in my DMs for any questions at all, including how to get hired for the festival. Maybe you see yourself stepping into our shoes.
Bye, sexy. We are going thrifting. Keen, baby.
You know what else goes down on my Instagram? An obnoxious amount of photos of myself. Some may call that vain, I call it a place to show off all my favorite thrift finds.
Moi j'ai une sale gueule parce que hier on est parti se miner la gueule, on a pris une grosse cuite. Du coup là j'ai une sale gueule.
That was literally the best Vinnie's haul I think ever. I know I probably say that every time, but every time I really do mean it.
We all know the thrifting obsession, addiction issue runs deep in my veins, and holy shit did I hit the jackpot yet again. Of course, a martini is the only way to celebrate such good thrift finds.
On n'est pas youtubeur.
When your phone is hot like that, you should put it in the fridge when you're charging it. It's too hot outside.
So my phone's going in the fridge, it's that hot. Thomas, tu sens comment?
Je me sens bien avec cette petite bière. Cette bière elle fait bien.
It's funny because the air that I'm flicking is just hot air anyway. I feel dead.
Why don't you put your little towel?
My little towel!
Here at the beginning, but then you will feel that your ear like start cooling down, and you have fresh air, like it's refreshing your face. Yeah, I can feel straight that it's very fresh.
What the fuck is my life right now?
We survived a very hot but fun-filled summer in Adelaide. It all just went by so fast. It was time to say goodbye to the festival, to Gate D, to the sweetest people who delivered me coffees.
Oh my god, my
yes, caffeine was running so hot in my veins by the end of pack down. Goodbye to Thomas, who would be heading off in the other direction as us, and goodbye to Brown Hill Creek Caravan Park. This very overpriced piece of dirt that we had been calling home for the whole summer. We were so ready to hit the road for our next adventure. We missed the simplicity of free camping, being in nature, and the true sense of freedom we feel when traveling. But of course, our time in Adelaide would not be complete without one last hurrah.
Okay, now look. I can't believe today is the day that we are leaving the caravan park where we've been living for the past 2.5, nearly 3 months. It's just so crazy that like it's all come to an end. We're on to the next adventure. It's been so enjoyable. We've had so many good times, met so many good people, and I think that it's time to celebrate all of that. So Killian and I are going to a winery today, which is just so lovely. I feel like a little bit of bouginess that we both need in our lives after all the hard work that we've been putting in. So we're going to do a little wine tasting, and then we're going to eat at the restaurant for lunch. It's the Eat Me menu, and a little bit on the expensive side, but a very nice treat me moment. It's going to be so nice to have some time together, being all lovey-dovey as a couple. You know how it is when you're just in the rhythm of working, and sometimes like the actual fact that we're a couple and a partnership kind of just goes on the back burner. Like we don't have time to pour into our relationship. So that is the plan today. I am super excited. Let's have a little day drunk moment. It's just been like such a hot minute since we've like properly treated ourselves. So I'm super excited.
What do you smell?
I smell the oak.
Oh, really?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's not bad to taste the white wine and stuff, you know, but just full glass, it's just not enjoyable for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
The smell is way better than the taste.
I agree. The rabbit reflects off the thing into the glass. Do you see? Oh, I love that.
I feel like I knew you then.
Bah non, je vois pas.
When I was a little boy, I spent my days imagining the shape it would all take.
So good.
And now it takes the shape of you. Everything takes the shape of you. Oh, my source of love and fear.
Oh, this is the best thing about having a toilet in the van. The convenience. Stop, baby. Stop. Okay, whatever. We're going now. Bye.